Hey Aries, welcome to your January 2019 general reading. I do want to thank all of you that are returning to my channel. I do thank you so much. Thank you for all of your patience. A lot of you don't know that I've been struggling with some medical issues for the last couple of months, so some of the readings haven't got out on the time that I would like them to, but I definitely get them out within the month. The other thing is this reading here today is not just for January, so just keep that in mind. If you've stumbled upon my reading today or my channel today by happenstance, I do want to thank you so much for being here, and just know that I don't believe in coincidences, so there might be a message here for you. And again, this will not resonate with everyone. This is a general reading for anyone that has Aries in their sun, moon, or rising signs. If you don't know what your moon or rising signs are, I encourage you to check your natal chart. There is, I think it's Astro Cafe or Cafe Astrology. I think it's cafeastrology.com. That's a good source if you're interested. I would encourage it because you're not just your first name, right? You have a first, some of you have middle names, and everybody has a last name. So that's kind of how I look at the moon, sun, and rising, or the sun, moon, and rising signs rather, is your first, your middle, and last name. All of that makes up who you are. So that's exactly how your signs are with you. You're not just made up of your sun sign. So if you're interested, I encourage it, because there might be some things that speak to you here, but not fully. And checking out other videos that involve your moon and rising signs can really connect the dots where you feel like you've, missed something. So definitely check into that. I really am encouraging it for every sign this month. The other thing to recognize here is that time is fluid. So some of these events may have already started to manifest, might not see them start to come into fruition until, a couple of days, weeks, or months. This particular reading, I'll let you know off the bat, for some of you, this is going to flow into the top of March. Okay, so I am giving this reading in January, but a lot of you will see this heavy towards the end of this month, deeply in February, and a few of you, this will manifest at the top of the month of March. Okay, now with all of that being said, if you are interested in a personal reading, that is the best way to know what your particular situation is and what the guidance is for you individually, specifically. This is, again, a general reading. So if you are interested, I'm doing a $30 special. That information will be down below in order to book. So now that I've done all of the housekeeping, Aries, let's just get right into it, okay? So let's just start off with your overall energy. Overall energy here is pretty deep. I'll let you know. Four of Coins and the Death card. A lot of Death card coming out this month. A lot of people are going through transformations, but let's talk about the Four of Coins first and foremost. In this particular deck, this card speaks about someone either forgetting what it feels like to be happy. It's been so long since you've enjoyed any, happy moments. I do feel like for a lot of you, you are sacrificing your happiness for a situation, for a person. It's like not really speaking how you feel, not really allowing your joy to be at the forefront. In other decks, this talks about someone being, holding on and being very stingy. But in this particular deck, there is some joy and some happiness that I see here that you are not letting out. It's almost like a self-punishment or a sacrifice or an unworthiness is what I'm feeling. I mean, look at this image here. All right. In the middle of winter, in the middle of a forest, there's this rickety ass tent with this huge ass coin that could make the difference. Like if you were to grasp the coin, you could change that whole environment. You wouldn't need to be out in the cold. You wouldn't be in a rickety old tent, and you certainly wouldn't be in the middle of the woods in these conditions, living like this, or feeling like this, or experiencing whatever it is that you're experiencing that isn't bringing you joy. So I feel like this is maybe some self-sabotage or giving up or feeling not worthy. But right next to it, the death card, I feel like this is going to transform into a brighter day. I feel like you know that there needs to be a change, and there is going to be a change to this situation. You know, you're no longer going to, I mean, if you look at this, sometimes these cards really just tell a story. If you look at the images. Now, this card here, you know, the images, it's daylight, you're in the middle of nowhere, okay? Kind of stuck, isolated. But if you look at this card here, the death card, you will see, you know, moving out. It still has that snowy existence underneath, but it's dark, and it's walking away from the darkness, walking away from this out in the cold type of environment here. And the foundation of this is that with the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands talks about being very passionate or receiving some passion. Some of you might be passionate about someone or something, but I feel strongly more so this is having the sincere, deep passion, being very passionate for a new start, because this talks about a new start. So this is fiery energy. This is very bold energy, coming out of this boldly in order to make some changes, in order for this mindset or this situation to turn around. I do see that there is a new thought process that is going to take place. There's going to be a death of an old way that you think about yourself, think about your circumstances, are really going to change, and you're going to be more passionate about starting something new, getting out of this energy, which I'm just absolutely like pleased with here, okay? Because this energy has got to go. Now, what you are now contributing to this situation, again, gotta commend you. 8 of Coins. You are building a better foundation for yourself. You're working on building a better foundation. I mean, when I say about a storyline, I mean, look at this. Again, we keep going back to this tent. Look at this tent. This is not solid ground. This is not a solid foundation. And you knowing that something new needs to happen, you're getting to work here. Okay? You are building something. This is something you could live in. Okay? This right here, this raggedy ass tent. Oh my God, I just can't get over this raggedy tent. Okay, so good news is that you are bringing a new solid foundation into existence because you feel so passionate about this new start, this new beginning. The outside influence that I see here for you, Aries, is that with the 6 of Coins and the Emperor right next to each other, there is someone, and I feel like this could be a lot of different situations or people. Reciprocity, okay? There is someone or some things, situations with the Emperor. The Emperor is someone that is controlling, or a situation that is controlling. There is someone that is trying to control this reciprocity, okay? I feel like when I'm looking at this, if I look at this as a full story here, very deeply, I feel like there's a lot of outside influences that have taken control over you receiving back what you're giving out. Okay? I see this so clearly. I see this. And I think this is why you ended up in this shitty ass tent. You've given. You have nothing else to give, is what I'm seeing and hearing. You've given your control, you've given your money, you've given your emotion, you've given your time, you've given your energy, and there have just been some outside people influences that have just really been controlling the fact that they're not going to give back. Okay, so what needs to happen here? Best case scenario. Okay, Aries, you have got to, and no disrespect when I say this, you got to get into reality here. I think for a lot of you, there's been some confusion, there's been some disillusions. You're in between reality and the dreamlike stage. So one moment it's like, oh, you know, maybe I can get out of this situation. Maybe this situation will get better. Maybe if I just do more, maybe if I change this, you know, it's going to get better. And then one part of you is like, you know, well, maybe I should just stay. Maybe I should just give up. So you're in between what really is happening and the possibilities is what I'm saying. So you're in between what's really going on and what could happen for you, okay? Just stuck in between that energy. And to clarify that, I wanted to see if this is what I was seeing. Out came the Three of Coins. This is working on an enterprise. This is, you know, for some of you, you've been trying to, you know, get your own things up and running, or you've just really been trying to work on yourself, or work on getting a promotion, or work on, you know, being on time at work. I mean, it could be anything from small to bigger feats, you know, really trying to work on something for yourself is what I'm seeing here. But then there's this energy, this dark energy that has you mentally entrapped. So it's like I said, 1 minute, you know, reality is you got to work on it. The next, the next thought in your mind is living in this mind space of negative thoughts and negative people and negative situations. So what needs to happen is all of that just needs to, you need to come into full reality, because the reality is that you control the situation. You are the emperor and you are the magician, okay? That is the fact. So what I see happening for you as an outcome, the Page of Coins, boo-boo, you need to start over. You need to scratch this whole thing and just start over. You know, the Page of Coins, to me, especially in this deck, this is someone that is like young and fresh and just, and maybe not even just young in age, but just has that fresh mindset to say, you know what, I'm ready to get my hands dirty. I'm willing to do what it takes. I don't really care what happens. You're not concerned about the risk. You just know that you have a goal. Big, huge coin here. You have this goal and you are going to do what it takes to get towards this, and you're willing to put in the work, and you're happy about it. You're enthusiastic about it. Now, when we're talking about images and storylines, I mean, let's just do this here. Okay, so first you're in this energy in the middle of the woods under a raggedy ass tent in the woods with this big ass coin here that could definitely change the game for you, right? But still you continue to live under this tent. So then it's like there is this mindset of, you know what, in the middle of the night, you know, you started off in the daytime waking up to this bull crap. In the middle of the night, you're like, something's got to change. You pack up your stuff. You're walking through the night. In the winter, okay, the cold, being out in the cold, you start walking away from this darkness, okay? And it's like this big, huge light bulb comes on in your mind, and you're like, you know what? I'm passionate about what works for me, what is going to make the difference for me, and I'm going to start something new. And it's still kind of dark. It's still kind of, you're working on things. It takes some time to manifest, you know, but here you are, okay? You went from being in this cold ass field, in this in this cold ass winter forest type of setup to now look where you are. You know, it's sunny. You've grabbed that coin. You grabbed that coin out of that tent and you ran. And you're still holding on to it, and you're running into better fields, better situations. It's sunny. You're happy about it. So I am glad to see that this is your outcome here. Let's get some guidance from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Woo, Aries. Yeah. I'm glad to see that you will come out of this. And like I said, this could be the month of March. This could also be what I'm seeing, you know. It is the winter months here, and when I see this freeing, you know, there's no snow here. There's, you know, this is looks like springtime to me, possibly summer. So let's see what the wisdom of the Oracle deck has to say. Oh my God, I just hate when people are so mentally entrapped, and it just brings me down, because I know how it is to be there, and I know that sometimes we feel like we can't get out, but I want everyone to feel like you can get out. You are not a prisoner here in your own mind always and forever. You can break out of this. You can break out of this, Aries. I know there's a lot of, oh my God, these people with these control tactics. I get it, but it's time to break free, okay? You and your big ass coin need to break free. And that coin is what will set you free. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary, but that coin to me is more so like, it's almost like in the Willy Wonka chocolate factory type of thing. It's like the golden ticket to happiness, okay? Wow. When I said golden, now look, this is your card. All that glitters. Oh, I can't make this stuff up, people. I keep trying to tell you. All right, let's see what the wisdom of the Oracle wants to say to you. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, it says, it is only human to want to adorn yourself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. Okay, remember we talked about that. It says, but if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or the person? Okay, I need to go back to something this said. Okay, so let's not get this twisted. Okay, you guys are not naturally at this point in your time out here wanting to be, you know, looked at as a higher status. That's not what this is about. This is what they're speaking about here is there could be someone on the outside that is trying to come up off of you. Like I said, they're the ones that are trying to control you. They're getting something out of you for their own personal gain. Okay? And it says here that, exactly. It says that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how this will symbolically elevate them to make them more attractive, okay? Make them more abundant, make them a step ahead of where they were before, okay? And what is the underlying motives of these people? If these masks were off, would you be involved with these people? You know what I mean? Would these people have substance? We talked about reciprocity here. Okay, these people are not bringing anything to the table. They're energy suckers. They're getting what they can from you. And I feel like this has been your downfall because you are caring, because you are compassionate about people's situations and things like that. This has now depleted you, okay? This has depleted you to the point of forgetting your own happiness and not living in true reality for yourself, Aries, okay? So, I think that this message is very clear. It's very clear. There could be family members. This could be somebody at your job. This could be, a boss. This could be a love interest. This could even be children, Are your children taking so much out of you that you are sucked dry to the point of having nothing? Either way, there are people around you that are trying to come up. They're trying to elevate. There's something that you're willing to give. Okay, that's the key. That you keep giving that is depleting you. So scale back on that, Aries. Let's see what you need. Let's hold back on giving so much because it's depleting you. It's putting you in this energy. It's holding you hostage in an environment physically, emotionally, mentally that is not serving your greater purpose. All right? So, you know what? I want to see what your personal spirit guides and angels around you have to say about this, because this is very detrimental that you guys take heed to this. Okay, let's see what it says. All right, it says, dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside of you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, which is spirit. If you have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. There was someone else, I don't know if it was in a personal reading that I did or another sun side reading that I did, but this also came back. I wish I knew if it was another sun sign reading or I don't know, versus a personal reading. But either way, I mean, there's some things that jump out to me. This new version of you, okay, that talks about your transformation. But when it talks about spring, and didn't I not say in the beginning of this reading, a lot of you were going to go, through this in spring, but it also talked about, oh God, where am I? I need to go back into this. Definitely needing to write a new story. And not that old story over and over again. Oh, experiencing new and fresh beginnings. We talked about that. This is what needs to happen. Remember the fresh idea of just stepping out and not being afraid of risk. And here's your new beginning. So this is something that your spirit guides, your loved ones that have passed on, this is what they want you to know. They want you to be encouraged by this reading, so I hope that you took this as encouraging as it was intended to be, and I really hope that you do take heed and really take steps forward to get out of this energy of sacrificing your joy for others and really get that reciprocity that you do need. But in the meantime, focusing on building that foundation for yourself. You be the first one that gives back to you. And once you do that, there will be people later on down the road that will give you the reciprocity. But you be the first giver of your own reciprocity, because you have lost that. You've given to others, and you've given all you've had. You have nothing left, okay, to give anyone else. So fill your own cup up, Aries. I'm so glad that you guys came in today to join me in this reading. I'm so happy that people are getting out of old energies into new. If this resonated at all, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. All the information about all of the decks that I've used and the links to get more information about the decks or purchase them will be listed down below. If you're interested in booking a reading, that information is in the description as well. Most importantly, I do want to say, Aries, take care of yourself, love yourself, give to yourself during this time, and you will see what happens, okay? It's going to be a good thing. It's going to be a rocky road, but you hold tight, okay? So I love you all. I'm sending you all the love, all the light, all of the abundance, okay, Aries? Until next time, take care.